right now on 5 on your side at 10.
The ballot battle over abortion.
It's preventing government interference.
How advocates hope 380,000 signatures will further their cause.
And the doctor told him he was lucky to be alive.
A WashU professor hurt during a pro-Palestinian protest. Students rallying in support. At the same time, college graduation ceremonies were happening.
A line of storms, some severe, some weren't. Scary looking either way, but they've moved through. What we're in store for overnight before another round of storms is on the way.
What a busy weather day throughout the bi-state. Hail hitting the county, drivers faced with downpours, and neighbors watching water rushing down their streets. Storm made for a soggy game at the ballpark. Thank you for joining us at 10. I'm Brent Solomon. Right now, those storms are out of the area, but there may be an even stormier week ahead. Meteorologist Gary Frank here now with your Weather First forecast.
Yeah, quiet conditions now, Brent, after a loud and even some of these thunderstorms that weren't severe packed a punch with 40 to 50 mile an hour wind gusts. And when you get severe weather, 58 mile an hour winds, 1-inch hail. Some of you didn't get that. And even in those severe thunderstorms, we may not have seen that as well, but it doesn't mean they won't impact your day. As we had that cold front that moved through, it was a weak front, but still it provided some storms with heavy rainfall. And for the first time in a while, we're actually worried about some minor flooding. And there's still one area, even as we zoom in to what these storms move through, about 3 to 4 hours or so. And you'll still see one little tiny area in Jefferson County that has that flash flood warning in place. And as the rain ends, that's going to be good news for us overnight. This flash flood watch will end, or flash flood warning will end, where you've had about 2 to 3 inches in some localized areas. Right now, temperature-wise, though, we're holding steady. We're still seeing temps at 68 degrees, and that northwest breeze indicates that we have the cold front that moves through, but it's still humid as we continue to look at that. So for the rest of the evening, believe it or not, we're going to fall into the mid-50s. So maybe you can open up your windows. At least your AC doesn't have to work as hard, but it will be working hard again as we work hard to track another round of storms. We have our next set of weather alert days. We'll track that for you and time that severe weather threat out this week.
All right, Gary, stay close. Today, a rally of support for a local professor who was badly hurt when multiple police officers were breaking up a protest. It was at WashU last weekend. It comes as pro-Palestinian demonstrations and arrests continue to happen nationwide. Today's rally happening as graduation ceremonies were happening at SIUE. 5 on your side is Megan Kernan reports.
SIUE students held a March for Palestine Saturday afternoon outside of the building where multiple graduation ceremonies were taking place. About 50 people peacefully protested around campus, mainly to honor Dr. Steve Tamari, a 65-year-old history professor at SIUE who was arrested and sent to the hospital after a protest at WashU last week.
We are here in support of Dr. Steve Tamari, who was brutalized by the police at the WashU campus for simply doing his duty of documenting what was going on.
5 on your side obtained video showing what happened 1 week ago. You can see Tamari was taking a video on his phone right before the incident unfolded. During the police response, Tamari says he was, quote, body slammed and crushed by the weight of several St. Louis County police officers and then dragged across campus. Tamari says one doctor told him he's lucky to be alive. Tamari's wife says he's out of the hospital now, but suffered 9 broken ribs and a broken hand, which will need surgery.
After seeing what happened to him, it was just devastating. I mean, so many people on campus love that man.
We have not heard anything from the administration in regards to what happened there. They won't even say his name.
When a student gets in a car crash, I get an email about it, and it says, oh, we hope this person gets better. But for Dr. Tamari, who's a professor, and a beloved professor at that, who's had so much impact on people, they didn't say anything.
Though the protest had already ended peacefully, SIUE diverted the next group of graduates out the back exit out of caution.
I still think we got our word across. We had some people come up and thank us for being out here and supporting us.
But Connor Wagner says the protest was also met with criticism.
We had people here complaining that we were doing this outside of commencement and we were ruining their graduation. But these kids in Gaza don't even get graduations.
In Edwardsville, Megan Kernan, 5 on your side.
Tonight, Megan reached out to St. Louis County Police for a response to what the professor says happened to him. We'll let you know when we hear back. And just minutes ago, SIUE responded, saying they cannot comment on what happened at another university's campus. A man is behind bars tonight after police say he threatened to bomb a Walmart. Police say it happened Wednesday evening at the store off Highway 47 in Troy. They say around 6 that evening, Riley Hunt ran through the store, shouting about having a bomb. Officers swept the building for explosives. They didn't find any. Police later arrested Hunt at his home. He's being held without bond. Someone hit and killed a woman in St. Louis's Vandeventer neighborhood. It happened last night on Whittier and Page. Police say the woman and someone else were waiting for a ride. When that ride got there, both walked across traffic to get in. That's when an unknown car hit the woman and drove off. She was pronounced dead on scene. We will keep you updated as we learn more. Just a few hours ago, we got word of another crash, this one happening on Route 370 in North St. Louis County. Here's the scene from around 5:30 this evening by the Mills Mall. We're trying to get more information for you, but it appears an Amazon truck was involved in that crash somehow. The scene started to clear a little after 6 p.m. Well, water is still flowing following a water main break early Friday morning. Here's a look at the scene just a few hours ago on Penrose and Blair. While crews have decreased the flow a little, it's not expected to be entirely shut off for a little while longer. We will keep you posted. Right now, the mayor's office says there's no need for people in that area to take any precautions. Tonight, the battle of abortion rights in Missouri continues. Just 24 hours ago, abortion rights advocates delivered signatures to the state capitol. 5 on your side's Mercedes McKay shows us why you can now see the issue when you vote in November.
I didn't want to look back on this point in my life, especially during this process, and think that I didn't do everything I could in my power to try and make this happen for Missourians everywhere.
It was a celebration for abortion rights advocates in Jefferson City as they delivered more than 380,000 signatures to the state capitol. That's more than double the amount needed to get a constitutional amendment restoring abortion rights on November's ballot.
Today is very personal for me because when I had my abortion, it was a lot different, even though it was still restrictive.
It's those reasons and many more that Missourians for Constitutional Freedom spent the last 3 months working to collect enough signatures to submit its proposal. Volunteers gathered the signatures from every Missouri county and congressional district. 5 on Your Side spoke with advocates while they were collecting signatures about what the amendment would do.
It's preventing government interference, and what the whole morale behind the amendment is saying, you know what, it should be up to Missourians and their doctors to make decisions about their personal health care.
But not everyone supports the proposed amendment, including Brian Westbrook with Coalition Life. He believes it could walk back decades of pro-life work.
Missouri became the very first state after the Dobbs decision become abortion-free. And the reason for that is because the people of Missouri are pro-life. The people of Missouri do not want abortion here in the state of Missouri.
It's not a done deal just yet, though. The Secretary of State's office has until July 28th to certify signatures from the petition, and many believe the ballot measure is expected to face some legal challenges over the next few months. But that won't stop advocates from continuing the fight.
It's not just for us right now or the people that fought for it before us, it's for the future. It's for your sisters, it's for your children, it's for your mothers, it's for your friends. All of this is for other people.
Mercedes McKay, 5 on Your Side.
Coalition Life sent us this statement. It reads, quote, "We will resoundingly reject this ballot initiative that seeks to enshrine late-term partial birth abortion in our Constitution. We all can agree that helping women in need is the goal. This ballot initiative does not do that," end quote. The St. Louis IRS office needs your help. Its Criminal Investigation Unit, which is the branch responsible for examining crimes like money laundering and identity theft. They're looking to hire special agents. Leaders joined today in St. Louis Weekend Edition to discuss what they're looking for.
We are working to recruit a very, very diverse workforce. We would really like to be representative of the communities where we work, and we have also committed to 30% of our workforce or our special agent training classes being women by the year 2030.
You can find that full interview and more information about the positions right now on KSDK.com. A new initiative is underway to help steer young people onto the right track. Today, 100 black men of Metro St. Louis announced a $660,000 grant from the state Senate. It will support a program called Project Rebound, focusing on mentoring youth and men by addressing the problems that lead to incarceration. The program will also help participants working to re-enter society after they've been behind bars. Fiestas in the forecast.
Everybody's having a good time. I was in Cherokee Street since the day they started, and every year it got bigger and bigger and bigger.
How St. Louis celebrated Cinco de Mayo a day early. Rain delays at Busch Stadium. Fans reacting to a 3-hour pause.
My resolve was starting to wane.
Other events also getting their share of stormy weather.
We're already looking at our next risk for severe weather even after this evening's severe storms. What Tuesday will be like and why it's just one of a couple of different days that we're looking at this week.